Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is the show where we take your source materials, we stack them up, and we really just extract the high-value insights you need to be well-informed.
Mhm.
And today, our mission, it's all about boosting conversational finesse. We're not just, learning English words. We're learning the social architecture of the language.
Exactly.
So the topic is casual English expressions, the little linguistic shortcuts that help you sound, well, more confident, more natural.
Right.
And this isn't about like dictionary definitions. It's about getting that elusive, natural flow and approachability in just your everyday chats.
Okay, let's unpack this. Our sources are showing that fluency isn't just about how big your vocabulary is. It's really about mastering these little social tools.
That is so true. For anyone learning the language, these expressions are a critical shift.
A shift how?
Well, we're moving beyond just grammatical correctness, and we're diving into what you could call social linguistics.
Okay.
What we're talking about today, linguists often call this phatic communication. Phatic communication.
Yeah, it's language that's used just for the sake of the interaction itself. It's not really about transferring some core piece of information.
So it's just small talk.
It's the foundation of small talk. It's
Yep.
about establishing warmth, connection immediately.
Yeah.
And that's how you sound approachable. That's the real goal here.
That idea of approachability, it seems so central. But if these phrases are just social signals, aren't we just, performing a script? Where's the genuine communication in that?
That's a really fair challenge. But I'd say think of it less as a script and more as a necessary social lubricant.
A social lubricant.
We need these phrases because they manage what you could call conversational obligation. They signal, hey, I'm friendly, I see you, and I am available for a chat.
Okay.
And by using them correctly, you show you understand the cultural rules of engagement.
Yeah.
And that makes the person you're speaking to feel, well, instantly more comfortable.
That reframing helps a lot, actually. It turns a simple phrase from just words into more of a calculated social risk assessment. Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's start with the foundational expression, the one our sources highlight as the everyday icebreaker,
Okay, so we're starting with, how's it going?
the classic.
It's the standard, super friendly greeting. It's really the workhorse of casual English.
It seems so basic, though. I could see some learners just kind of dismissing it.
Mm.
But the source material really emphasizes that mastering its function is the key thing here.
Yes.
It's ideal for almost any everyday, low-stakes situation.
right.
From the barista at the coffee shop to a colleague you're just passing in the hall.
And it's so powerful because it sets an expectation. Like we were just saying,
Right.
native English speakers use this phrase so often that the social protocol around it is just ironclad. It needs a response, but, and this is crucial, that response carries a very low conversational obligation.
So you're not expected to unload all your problems on them.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You are not expected to launch into a detailed account of your life's challenges.
And the simple response, which the sources recommend, is often the most effective way to just uphold that social contract.
Exactly. I'm good, thanks. How about you? That simple exchange is it's a complete unit of this phatic communication we talked about. It successfully opened the conversational door, it confirmed you're both friendly, and then it closed itself without demanding any, emotional or intellectual labor from either person. It just confirms social status without eating up time.
The analogy the source material gives for this is fantastic. It says it's a way to open the door for more conversation.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh,
It
sure.
uses the visual of inviting someone to dance on the conversational floor.
Right.
You're not forcing them into some high-stakes business meeting. You're just initiating a little light mutual movement. You offer the invitation and the simple reciprocal response. It accepts the friendly gesture.
It's light.
It's light. It's social. It's non-committal. And that makes it the perfect starting point for any learner who wants to practice fluency without, having a panic attack.
It's the ultimate safe zone. It really is. The social warm-up before the main event, if there even is one. Okay, so if how's it going is the polite, universally accepted social warm-up. Let's move to a phrase that needs a bit more familiarity, maybe a little more swagger.
Okay.
We're transitioning to that more informal nudge. What's up?
What's up is definitely cooler, it's quicker, and it generally signals a higher degree of familiarity.
Yeah.
It's incredibly popular, especially with younger generations or, between close friends. It's basically shorthand for, hey, what's new with you? Like, right now.
But because it asks what's new, I can see how a learner might misinterpret that. They might think it's a demand for a genuine life update.
Mm-hmm. And that anxiety can make them freeze.
Right.
And that's where we can use that strategic advantage of simple responses. Again, what's up is often not a genuine question. It's just a faster way to say hello.
Okay, so what did the sources say to do?
They suggest simple responses like, not much, or nothing much, maybe just working on some stuff. These are vital tools for just maintaining that casual vibe.
But hold on, if everyone just says not much, how does the conversation actually go anywhere? Doesn't that risk a really awkward dead end?
See, that's the beauty of understanding the context.
Okay.
Those responses are so effective because they let you manage the conversational depth. They let you show you're engaged, but without forcing the discussion to, dive too deep.
Which is key if you're in a bad spot for a chat.
Exactly, like at a busy party or if you're rushing out the door. The simple response is really just a placeholder. It maintains the social link, but it signals that now is maybe not the time for an intimate chat.
It's contextual efficiency. You save your detailed answers for when you actually have the time to give them.
Precisely. If the response to what's up is not much, just getting some coffee, you can immediately pivot to a brief, relevant topic about coffee. You've successfully navigated the social start without the pressure of a big information dump.
Let's tackle the conversational curveball, though. The sources brought up a great caveat here. What happens if you run into someone who doesn't respect that low-obligation response?
Yeah.
What if I hit you with something totally out of left field, like, not much, just spent the morning trying to contact aliens with a potato battery?
Right. Okay, that's exactly why you need a quick pivot phrase in your back pocket.
A pivot phrase?
Yeah. So when the casual greeting gets a wild, unexpected answer, the goal is not to solve the potato battery problem.
Yeah, right.
The goal is to regain control of the flow. So you acknowledge the bizarre detail, but briefly, something like, wow, that's definitely a story for later, and then you immediately bridge back to a safe, relevant topic. But hey, switching gears for a second, did you see the game last night?
I see. That's really actionable advice. You validate what they said, but you don't let it derail the whole interaction.
They're still holding the steering wheel.
You're still holding the steering wheel. That distinction, acknowledging versus engaging deeply, that's the real insight there. Okay, so now that we've mastered initiating and navigating these low-stakes social interactions, let's shift gears completely. We've been talking about social maintenance. Let's move into emotional support. Our third key expression is take it easy.
This is a powerful move. We're going from social ritual to genuine emotional connection. Take it easy is the perfect phrase to use when someone is clearly feeling anxious or stressed or just overwhelmed. It's fundamentally an expression of empathy. It tells the person to relax and reminds them to just slow down.
The sources give us some really specific, relatable examples, like the classic one of stressing out over a big exam or maybe having a massive deadline coming up at work.
And we also get that more empathetic, personalized example.
Yeah.
You're comforting a friend who is genuinely distressed because they are, and this is the quote, freaking out about their pet goldfish being sick.
Right. The scale of the problem doesn't matter.
The scale is totally irrelevant. The need for that emotional anchor is exactly the same.
And that phrase, take it easy, it instantly changes the energy of the conversation. It brings a sense of calm. The sources use these incredibly evocative analogies to describe why it works so well.
They do, and we should probably unpack the linguistic psychology behind those analogies.
Yeah, let's do that.
When the source calls it a warm hug with words, it's highlighting that these phrases act as immediate cognitive anchors.
Cognitive anchors.
Yeah, when someone is stressed, their mind is just racing, right? Hearing take it easy is an instant signal to the brain to just decrease the threat level and reduce its mental load.
So the reason it feels like a comforting cup of hot cocoa on a chilly day, which is another great analogy they use, is because it's literally reducing the internal noise.
Precisely. It's not just an instruction. It's an offering of warmth, of safety, and perspective. It reminds the person that the immediate pressure is going to pass. It links right back to our core concept for this deep dive, showing empathy through verbal action.
But let's add some nuance here, because I feel like in some contexts, take it easy could sound a little dismissive, couldn't it? If someone is legitimately upset about a huge crisis, telling them to take it easy might sound like you're invalidating their feelings.
That is a critical distinction, and it's one the advanced learner really needs to get. If someone is going through a major life event, a job loss, a serious family issue, take it easy is just too light. it can absolutely sound like you're minimizing their pain.
So it's for smaller things.
The sources imply this phrase is best for stress, anxiety, or worry over manageable situations. The exam, the deadline, the slightly ill goldfish. For heavier topics, you need a different, more substantial phrase of support.
So understanding the severity of the situation is crucial for picking the right emotional tool. It just reinforces that language is always context dependent.
Absolutely. The goal is to apply pressure relief where it's needed, but not to use a gentle phrase where some real heavy lifting is required.
Okay, let's bring this all together. Let's answer the learner's ultimate question. We've looked at 3 key casual expressions. The social lubricant, how's it going? The quick connection, what's up? And the empathetic anchor, take it easy.
Right.
So will using these phrases actually make you sound more fluent?
Without a doubt, yes. The sources are very clear on this. Consistency creates a natural flow in your conversations. You stop thinking about grammar rules in real time and you start relying on these automated conversational units.
And that automation is what native fluency feels like. You're moving beyond just translating in your head and straight into conversational reaction. But the benefits go beyond that, into social capital too.
They do. First, like we established, you instantly come across as more approachable. You signal confidence, and confidence is just key for building connections. You seem relaxed, and that puts the other person at ease.
And if you can master these subtle social signals, the sources promise this fantastic side effect.
Sure.
You start to feel like the life of the party. That feeling of confidence is the ultimate reward. It's so much better than just knowing a dictionary definition.
But that confidence only comes through practice. The final essential piece of advice here is achieving automaticity.
Automaticity.
The sources suggest that practicing these until they become second nature makes you feel comfortable and confident, which is wonderfully analogized as being much like wearing your favorite t-shirt.
I like that. You don't hesitate before you put on your favorite t-shirt. You just do it.
You just do it.
And that's the level of comfortable, confident automaticity we're aiming for. You just integrate these phrases until they're an unconscious part of your conversational toolkit. So what does this all mean? It means you now have a toolkit for navigating not just what to say, but how to manage the social and emotional energy of an interaction. You're on a clear path to boosting your fluency, and the next step is just trying these out today.
Embrace the conversational dance. Every successful interaction builds that confidence, and every single phrase you master is a step toward greater connection and skill. We are really on this journey of improvement together with you.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into casual English fluency and the power of phatic communication. We really hope you feel armed with some actionable techniques for your conversational toolbox. Now, we've discussed how these phrases are key to being approachable and how they can act as a warm hug with words, creating that instant shared understanding. If the language we use fundamentally influences how connected we feel to others, like establishing that low-stakes social contract right away, here's our final thought. What common expression, maybe even beyond these 3, might be the single most powerful phrase to instantly transform a stranger into a friend by showing maximum genuine interest with minimum complexity?
That's a fascinating question, the intersection of interest and simplicity. Keep improving your skills, keep exploring the nuances of language, and we look forward to the next deep dive with you.